Hello, welcome to 8 Limbs of Fury. I'm Kiana, and today we'll be doing a core strengthening yoga class. Let's get started. We're going to begin standing at the top of the mat. First thing to notice would be your breathing. Can you deepen your breathing? Can you spread your toes, stand tall, lift the top of the head towards the sky, open your palms slightly. Can you breathe into your chest? Can you thicken your breath into breath with sound? Feel your chest rise up and forward as you breathe in, and feel the rib cage lower, shrink as you exhale. Breathe again one more time, standing tall. At the bottom of your exhale, pull your belly in, pull your abdomen in so that your core tightens slightly. And on your next inhale, raise the arms up towards the sky, maybe press the palms. Keep the core tight, and exhale, fold, lower down to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, put your fingers, your palms on something. Pull the belly in and extend the spine straight, and then plant the palms down, step the feet back, find a plank position here. Shift forward so that your shoulders come towards your fingertips. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower down. Inhale, knees down or not, find a back bend, gaze down the tip of your nose. Exhale, lower. Come back to downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. In our first sun salutation of class. Pulling the core back in towards the spine. 2, 1 more breath here. Let the neck be long. At the bottom of your exhale, walk your feet in, pull the belly in to make that happen, and then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Strong legs. Inhale, rise up, push the feet into the ground. Arms up. Exhale, samastitihi. Again, inhale, pull the belly in as the arms come up. Exhale, fold. Lean the weight into your toes as you inhale, halfway lift. Press the palms into the ground. Step back to plank, and then come down to forearm plank. This is a little untraditional, but we're strengthening the core today, so pull the belly up and in, and then start shifting forward and back. Keep the hips down as you lift the belly up towards your spine. 2, shift forward again and back. 3, forward, back. 4, forward, back. 5, let's do 3 more. 6, 7, breathe with the movement. 8, then press your palms into the ground, come back up to high plank. Exhale to downward facing dog. Let the hips move back to lengthen the entire spine from the tailbone to all the way to the tip of the head. Lengthen the back of the neck. Tuck the chin slightly, finding nice throat lock, Jalandhara Bandha here. Pulling in, lengthening out. 2 more breaths. last breath. The bottom of your exhale, pull the belly in as you step the feet forward, and inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms up. Exhale, Samastitihi. Last round, let's take it a little faster. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands on the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or hop back, lower down. Through chaturanga, inhale, back bend. Gaze down the tip of your nose. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you'd like to take a few of those, forearm plank, shifting forward and back, you can. We'll be here for 5 breaths. 2. 3. 4. 5. Pull the belly in, step the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the spine all the way through the neck. Don't crunch the back of the neck here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, strong legs, strong core. Rise up. Press the palms. Exhale, Samastitihi. Moving on, sun salutation B. We're going to start with bent knees. Hips go low, arms go high. The palms don't need to press here, but if your shoulders are open, you can press the pinky edge first and then the rest of the palm. One more breath. On an exhale, lower the hands down, straighten the legs forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to high plank, shift forward, and lower down. All on the exhale. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward and bend the back knee down so that it comes to the ground. You can keep the back toes tucked under for more support. And then make sure your right knee is bending over the outside edge of your right foot, not the inside edge. Keeping the knees on a nice wide track here over the feet. Sink the hips down as you lift the chest. And without actually moving the back knee, drag it towards your center. So you're dragging it in to help deepen the sensations on the left front hip. Let's take 2 more breaths here. You can raise the arms if you want to extend this posture up through the torso. Exhale, lower the hands down, step back to downward dog, and step the left foot forward. Take the right knee down this time. Sitting up tall here, chest lifted, tailbone reaching down, pulling the core in this whole time. Check in with that knee, and then sink the hips as you lift the chest and drag the back knee without moving it in towards the center line. Letting the sensations rise up through the front body. Let's take 1 more breath here. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, and go through vinyasa if you like, lowering down, inhaling to back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward, try to make it light. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge with the back knee lifted this time. Maybe the arms come up. Let the back knee bend slightly to find length in the front left side body. And then straighten it back out as you sink deeper into the right knee bend. 1 more breath here. Exhale, plant the hands, Step back to downward dog. Take a vinyasa if you want a little more heat. And as you're ready, step the left foot forward, rise up into a crescent lunge. The back heel is lifted, the back knee is lifted, but bending slightly to find length in the front body. And then as you sink deeper in the front knee, straighten out the back leg, that is. Keep breathing here. Let's take one more breath. Exhale, plant the hands. Make your way to downward dog. You can go through vinyasa. Just keep your breath with you. And we're going to take 5 breaths here in downward dog. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step or hop the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, pull the belly in, rise up to Utkatasana. Taking 3 breaths here today. 2 and 1, straight legs, Samastitihi. Let's take 1 grounding breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees again, Utkatasana, inhale. One more breath here. Exhale, plant the hands. Take the feet back, lower down. Inhale, back bend, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, downward dog. Take the right foot forward again, coming up to crescent lunge. Back knee can be down or up, depending on how you feel today. And then arms can come up towards the sky. Make sure the shoulders stay down. 3 more breaths here. Can you go lower with the hips? 2, 1, plant the hands, step back, and make your way to downward dog. Step the left foot forward. Inhale, rise up, find your crescent lunge. We've got 5 breaths here. Make the most of it for your body. 3, maybe you can cactus arm the arms a bit, open the shoulders. 2, last breath, can we sink a little deeper? 1, plant the hands, make your way to downward dog. Step the right foot forward again. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Maybe take the hands by the side, arms by the side, squeezing the arms in towards the center of your back. And then take off, inhale, step into the right foot as you lift the back foot off the ground. Hands can go wherever they please, as long as your low back is not hurting here. And warrior 3. If your low back is bothering you, take it back to crescent. If your low back is bothering you, take it back to crescent. As if you're stepping on a wall behind you, flex your back foot. Maybe lift your back leg a little bit more. We're here for 3 more breaths. Pull the core in tight. Lengthen the head forward. 2, 1. Step the back foot back. Come back to plank and make your way to downward dog. Step the left foot forward. Bend the knee, come into crescent. Inhale. Take the arms where you will. Pull the core in and prepare to come forward to warrior three. Flex the back foot a lot. Pull the belly in and make sure your whole back body is like a plank almost. You don't want to be back bending here, and if you are, bend the left knee a little bit to give yourself more room to explore with the core. Lengthen the top of your head forward, lengthen your back leg back. One more slow breath here. Exhale, plant the hands, make your way, downward facing dog. Maybe take an extra breath in your upward dog here to stretch the core. We have 5 breaths in any grounding posture of your choice. I'll choose downward dog today. Child's pose is a great option, especially if you're having trouble catching your breath right now. Find your breath, catch it, and then even it back out. 3, 2, 1. At the bottom of your exhale, step forward, pull the belly in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, rise up, Utkatasana. Arms come up, belly comes in, hips sink down. Can you press the knees together and also pull the hips apart? What? 2 and 1. Samastitihi, straight legs. Let's take a breath here. Breathing in. Breathing out. All right. Find Utkatasana one more time, but this time we're going to go to the floor. So bend the knees, take your hips down, and then maybe take your hands to center as you bend more, and then bring your hips down. Good. All right. Meeting up seated on the mat, we're going to take a Dandasana, staff pose. Press your hands into the ground. Pull your belly in. Tuck your chin. Sit up tall. This looks like we're just sitting, right? But really, it's a very strong core posture here. Pull the lower ribs in as you breathe into the top of the chest, the sides of the ribs, and the back. Let the shoulders come down. Maybe your hands don't touch the floor, and maybe your elbows are slightly bent. Just make sure your shoulders are down. 2 and 1. Reach forward for shins, ankles, or big toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold into a seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Keep the back of the neck long as we take 3 more breaths here. Flex the feet as if you're standing against a wall. Two. 1. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Bring the arms up. Pull the belly in. And exhale, lower down. Inch by inch. Make your whole lower back kiss the ground. And exhale, lie fully down on your back. All right. We are going to do a few leg lifts here. So bend your knees. Put the soles of your feet on the ground. Press into your feet so that you lift your hips slightly. And then lengthen your whole spine down from the top to bottom until your low back is pressing against the ground. The most important thing for these leg lifts right now is that the lower back stays touching the ground, all right? So inhale, lift the legs up towards the sky. If this is making your core burn a whole lot and you're finding it difficult to keep your lower back on the ground, stay here and breathe. This is where you're working, all right? And if you want a little bit more, you can lower your right foot down towards the ground. Keep your left leg nice and tall. And lower your right leg only as far as your lower back wants to lift off the ground. Once your lower back starts to lift, stop there and inhale. Bring it back up, but keeping the low back down. All right, we're gonna do the left side. Left leg lowers. Exhaling to lower. Inhale, pull it back up. Exhale, right leg. And as you're lowering your leg, think about sending it forward and down, not just down. And then inhale up, and it's coming back in towards you. Exhale, left leg goes forward, down. Our low back very strong against the ground. Inhale, up and in. Exhale, right foot. If you want to take your own pace, you can. Try to stay isolated and relatively slow with this. This is an effort to build core stability. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Only lowering as low as your low back stays down. Inhaling to rise. Good. I'm going to do a few more. Let's take 2 more on each side to your pace. Exhaling to lower, inhaling to lift. Keep your belly pulled in. Exhaling to lower, inhaling to lift. Play around with flexing or pointing your feet. Try to spread the toes. Good. Last one, last side. Inhale to lift. All right, good. Bend the knees, hug the knees in. Find an intuitive stretch moment here. Maybe a happy baby. Good. All right, and then keep the knees bent, put the soles of the feet on the ground. And before we find a back bend, lift the hips slightly, take them to the right, and let the knees drop to the left, gaze to the right. This is more so than a twist, trying to be more of a front leg opener. So really push the knees forward in front of you and pull your hip back and down towards the mat. Good. Inhale, knees to center. Lift the hips to center, lift them to the left a little bit, and then drop the knees to the right. Look to the left and really push your left knee out in front of you. The left hip will rise a little bit, but we're really trying to find length in the front body here. Good, all right. Come back to center, put your hips back in the center of the mat. And we'll find a couple of back bends. So first round, we'll do bridge pose. Bring the soles of your feet to the ground. We're gonna find a few rounds of back bending, starting with bridge. So press the soles of your feet, lift the hips slightly, make sure your entire lower back is on the ground again. And then tuck your shoulder blades underneath you and down. And inhale, press the soles of the feet into the ground, lift the hips up. Hands can either come to the edges of your mat, pulling the mat apart, or to your ankles, or to clasp underneath the hips, in which case you'll tuck your shoulders under a little bit more. And inhale to press up. Keep the chin tucked. Keep the tailbone pulling down towards your heels. By down, I mean forward in front of you, towards the top of your mat. Let's take a few more breaths here. 3. Can you breathe into your chest? 2. Pull the knees towards one another. 1. Exhale, lower down. Top of the spine to the bottom. Release the hands. Keep the knees bent. Keep the soles of the feet on the ground. We're going to find 2 more rounds of back bending. And you can either repeat bridge, find a back bend that you know you like cobra or something like that, or find a full wheel. If you're going for full wheel, take the palms to the ground by the ears. Press the palms into the ground. Press the soles of the feet into the ground as you lift the hips. Then lift the back up. Keep the knees coming towards each other, forward and down. Bring the weight more into the feet. Are you breathing? 5 breaths here. Count your breaths. I have about 2 more. And 1, tuck the chin, lower down all the way. Bring your low back to touch the ground. Pull your belly in. Feel the lower back pressing into the mat. We'll go for 1 more round, whichever back bend suits you best right now. As you're ready, inhale, back bend. Count 5 of your own breaths and then come down. Gaze down the tip of your nose, whatever back bend you're in. After your 5th breath, come on down. Vertebra, vertebra. Press the low back into the ground. All right. Take the arms out wide. Press the soles of your feet into the ground. Lift the hips. Bring the hips to the right. Put them back down. Then take your knees to the left and look to the right. We're in a supine twist here. If you want a little more sensation in the supine twist, you can lengthen your left foot forward and bring your right knee to the left. But if you bring your right knee to the left and your right shoulder comes up, take it back. Take it back a notch. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, bring the knees back to center. Bring your hips back to center. Then lift your hips again. Bring them to the left. Bring the knees to the right. And gaze to the left. Let your breathing fill the left side of your body. Maybe deepen the twist if that's what you want today. A couple more breaths. And release. Come back to center. Bring the knees into your chest. Rock up and back for a minute. Nice, along the spine, and then come up to a seat. Lengthen your legs out in front of you. We're going to take one more forward fold. Pull the belly in, inhale, reach the top of your head forward, and then exhale, let your torso fold over your legs. If this feels like you're kind of tightening your back as opposed to lengthening your back, sit up on a pillow and bend the knees. Then bring your torso down. And gradually you can begin to straighten your legs back out. Keep the legs strong. A few more breaths here. Keep your shoulders down. Inhale, as you're ready, rise up and come back down. Lie on your back. If your low back tends to be a little tighter, tends to lift off the ground a whole bunch when you lay flat, you can keep your knees bent. We're going to find a little bit of belly breathing before we take rest. So take the palms of your hands to your navel, the space just beneath your belly button. You might make a triangle with your hands. And breathe into your palms. Inhaling to fill the palms with your belly. Exhaling to let the belly pull away. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Release your hands. Find a comfortable resting posture. You might choose to take your legs up the wall. Let your body be supported by the ground here. And take rest. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for visiting 8 Limbs of Fury. Have a great rest of your day.